that iliac crest, right? So now go straight over, and we're going to say that everyone's L4 because everyone's perfect. There's no variability in anatomy. So now you're going to go right on the side of the spine where the articular pillar area would be, and there should be muscle bulk. So now hold that, just poke that muscle bulk with some pressure just so you can feel it. And I'm on Alden's right side. So can you lift up your left arm? Sorry, just out in front of him. Good. And then hold it there. And when you push down on their opposite arm, you should feel a muscle go boop into your fingers. Hopefully, unless you have a back problem. That's your right multifidus. Right. You want to feel? Put your hand there.
Is it possible that the global muscles are taken?
Yeah, so if you feel, instead of a little muscle swell, you feel this big rope, that's your erector spinae, that's a compensation. Same thing too, if you anteriorly pelvic tilt and you feel this big rope of muscle, you shouldn't be getting a big global activation with something as simple as a tilt. Tilt forward. Yep. Other way. All right. So he's good. He doesn't. Well, some things are good. His back muscles are good. He doesn't get a big rope of erector spinae. All right. So we're good with multifidus. QL is just go back to that iliac crest and go directly in and a little bit posterior. All that muscle bulk is QL. That goes up to rib 12, down to iliac crest. Erector spinae, if you go to the spinous process, go an inch over to the transverse processes, you should be on the erector spinae. You know you went too far if you then fall off of the cliff and now you're into no man's land. That means you jumped off the TPs and you jumped off of the erector spinae. So usually you could find the cliff and go back onto it, or you could just go to the edge and live life on the edge.
So do you find QL again?
QL is it goes from the iliac crest to rib 12. So all you do is go to the iliac crest and go directly in, and it's there, but it's also slightly posterior up to the rib. Good. Glutes. Piriformis was towards the top of the sacrum. Glutes, you know where the glutes are. Ligaments, iliolumbar, inguinal, sacrotuberous. So lay everybody on their stomach.
Alden, I'm really sorry, but this is the only angle we can get.
Is it flattering? Is it flattering?
You got compression shorts on?
Right, so we got, what are we doing? Ischial tuberosity. Can we put my hand on your butt?
Yep.
Good. All you do is go to the thigh and go straight up towards their head. You should feel a hard thing. That's their ischial tuberosity. How do we know we're in the right spot? Lift this. Perfect. Good. We're in the right spot. Relax. Good. You can bend your knee too. But. Sacrotuberous ligament. That's the one that goes from here diagonally up towards the sacrum. Is it I would have to think about it. I think it is near the ILA though. Either way, if you go directly above or superior to your ischial tuberosity, so roll up and off of your ischial tube, you should feel a vertical string, and that's your sacrotuberous ligament. Just make sure you don't go too medial, otherwise you might surprise your partner. Okay, so that sacrotuberous ligament, that is... iliolumbar ligament. Just go back to the PSISs and go back to that sacral base, and you should just go right above the sacral base, so you'll be on L5 region, and then you just drop off about an inch away off to the side of L5, And if you're above the pelvis, but to the side of L5, you should have a diagonal ligament. Part of the iliolumbar ligament is there. We don't care too much about do you feel a perfect string of ligament. It's more of does this hurt? If it hurts, we worry about possible movement dysfunctions going on at that segment that stresses the ligament.
So when you say does it hurt, should you be would you just like roughly palpate along the length of the ligament?
Yeah.
Or it would
Yep.
be okay.
So
not
the
just
ligament
that,
goes like this on Alden's right side,
right?
which means I'm going to be just doing this diagonal little, an inch off his L5, diagonally up and down towards his pelvis.
Okay.
It's a little tender.
Okay. And that's all it is. So you don't have to get overly concerned about, am I on the right spot? If you're about an inch, inch and a half off of L5, but you're above the pelvis, that's where the iliolumbar ligament should be. Good, switch partners, bang through that, and we're good.